you have to be careful and choose the people that you go out with wisely. Because if you introduce someone as your friend and then they kind of make a fool of themselves or have some social faux pas, it reflects negatively on you. And if it gets to the point where the person is like, hey, watch your friend, or they're being a little weird, or they're extremely drunk or something like that, then you end up looking worse as well. So, of course, there's a lot to be gained by going out with a friend and with friends, and so that's not really the point of this video. The point is to really have a discussion with your friends about what's acceptable and what's not. Whether that be the level that you drink, or whether that's dynamics in a group conversation. And on that topic, I'm gonna be a little bit more specific here because it's come up several times, right? If you're out talking to someone that you have a romantic interest in, and then the friends, your friends that you came out with start to mirror that same romantic interest in the same person, it will come across as like, what the hell is going on here? Are these people really friends or what? And how come they're doing this, right? How come they don't understand that I can't like all of them? Right? Now, what to do about it, right? So, you and your friends could potentially come up with a certain code, right? Where if you say the code, that means, hey, I'm interested in this person, and therefore the rest of you guys, keep a little bit of distance, right? Or it could be, hey, whoever is talking to the person first, assume that they approached this person because they were interested romantically, and therefore other folks give them some space. But whatever you decide, it's better to be on the same page and be working as a team than it is to be working against each other, because that can also happen if you aren't on the same page, right? And while when you're going out social settings and trying to make romantic connections, it can certainly feel like you see Nipsey in the background, it can certainly feel like a competitive environment, and oftentimes that is exactly what it is, right? You're not going to get a whole lot of pity in these streets. But if these people are really your friends, then you should have some understanding and empathy from your friends, or else are they really your friends? Right? So make sure that you guys are on the same page, right? And I know this will hurt some people for me to say this, but it can certainly be a better decision depending on how social and how personable the friends are. It can be a better decision to go out alone, right? I would say it's certainly a better decision if the friends bring negativity, right? So I wouldn't put up with that, and I wouldn't advise you to either. But then there's some nights where, your friends don't bring negativity, but some nights are worse than others, let's say. It's okay. Everybody has ups and downs. So, if it is a down night, doesn't mean ditch your friend because they had a bad experience or something like that. But it is to say, really character shines through. And that is the lesson here, is that character shines through. So if you have reason to question the character of the folks that you're going out with, that is a red flag, right? Because the character will end up showing up with the people that you meet, and that'll reflect negatively on them and on you by extension. So be careful. Not even be careful, but just plan ahead, right? It's better to get on the same page from the beginning, get things worked out, get the same understanding about what your goals are, how you'd like the night to go, that sort of stuff. And then you'll have a better experience because of it, right? Of course, many of the things, I feel like that many of the behaviors that I've pointed out that are perceived as negative, these are also things that I feel like you can and will get better at over time, right? So it can be such a huge benefit that when you're working on your social skills, if you could find a group of people who are coming from the same place that you are, who are out there working on their social skills in the same way that you are, who have the same goals, whether it's meeting business partners and therefore, you have a synergistic relationship. Some of you network with some. Hey, I found this guy, he's an investor, he's interested in these type of companies. It's not exactly up my alley, but it would be up yours. I've had that happen. It's a huge help, right? Even out, romantically. Had happened and been the guy to go up, start a conversation with a group of people. Hey, let me introduce you to these guys, right? I feel like that's a huge help to the friend, to whoever else, right? You can end up meeting people. I've even had it where start talking to a group. I point out, oh yeah, my friends are over there. It comes up in conversation sometimes. Who'd you come with? Where are your friends? Or whatever else. They're over there. And then, one of the women in the group is like, oh, I kind of like him. Can you introduce me? Sure. Hey, sounds like a win-win, right? So if you can find folks who are on the same page with you, it can really be a huge help, right? It can help motivate you, help keep you accountable, help make things easier for you. But you should be wanting to match or exceed kind of the effort and skill level of whoever you're going out with, right? And of course, everyone's not at the same level. We all are starting at different places, but let your friends be a positive encouragement for you to do better, right? That's really the biggest thing, I think, because, if you are working on doing better and really being serious about it, then you will get better. And so wherever you're starting from, if you can have the conversation with the friends, get on a more common page or at least a common understanding, then all be committed to improvement, then you will get better together, right? And you will get better more quickly because you are working together. So be one of those people who is kind of leading by example, who is taking it seriously, who is working on their social skills, who is making friends while you're out. Even that is controversial, what I said. I know some guys that go out looking for romance. Again, no judgment on that. But then they don't want to talk to any guys while they're out. They see it as, hey, I'm out to find a girlfriend or something, and so me talking to any guy is a waste of my time. I do not advocate for that. I feel like being friendly is being friendly, and that if you're only being friendly because you want something, then you're not really being friendly. And some people will say, well, yeah, I'm not out to make friends, I'm out for a girlfriend. But I still think that when you're coming from that more positive place, you will have more success, right? You'll have a better time when you can mingle and make connections with a broader swath of people, right? With not excluding half of the population, and particularly when it's not a romantic setting, when it's a business setting or work or wherever else, then of course that comes in handy and can be essential. So go out, make friends. When you do have friends, get on the same page with them if you are going out with them. And then have a good time.